I loved the idea of doing another musical.
What are you talking about?
I did. I loved the idea of it. The reality. The problem with musicals is that you've got to do a lot of dance numbers, and I was very pregnant at the time. I was like 8 months pregnant.
What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
The only thing I can remember that was any different about her was that she moved a little slower. She wasn't quite zippy, you know. I think she was maybe 7 months pregnant, 8. She was something, you know. She was ready to have that baby.
Say it again, yeah. War. What is it good for? Nothing. Say it again.
Ted and I were just at our wits' end. I mean, Ted is a great dancer, but he and I, in that war, what is it good for? Even the director was just tearing his hair out because we were so hopeless. And Ted and I were just starting to laugh in the end because there was nothing we could do.
War! It ain't nothing but a heartbreaker. War! Friend only to the undertaker.
It was the first day of shooting of that episode, and Lucy and I had to do dance and sing, and she was the lead in that song. And I remember looking at Lucy, and she at me, and her saying to me something I'd never heard her say in any other episode. She goes, "This is really hard. I'm having a really hard time."
War! What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing. Okay.
We, I think, came up with the concept of Terpsichore's lyre, which was, you know, something in mythology that was an object of desire. And we said, how about Terpsichore's lyre being the thing that everybody wants? And setting the whole thing in a village where it would be a big Battle of the Bands talent show. And it turned out to be actually a precursor to American Idol.
Oh, Gabrielle, sign them up.
Kill me, please.
Oh, come on, they can't all be mediocre.
No, they all suck.
I think I've said this before, that I auditioned for the singing for Gabrielle. I asked if I could just try, and it was horribly done, and they used nothing at all for the show.
But you've got it all wrong. There's no talent to find. If this concert's too big, I'll go out of my mind. You gotta sing, really gotta sing.
I remember going to rehearsals thinking when it started, oh, a musical, I can sing. You know, dance, I can do a couple steps, big deal. Well, I'll tell you, it was really hard. And every day after you get done on the set, I would dance with the Auckland Dance Company, who would teach me, who was also, at that time, the background extras for all of Jace's stuff. And Jace was Joxer's brother.
Everybody was dancing in the moonlight.
Well, Joxer, in almost every episode we write, is the big comic foil. So,
So a comedy and a musical. What are you gonna do
he was a
without
natural.
Joxer?
He was a natural fit.
And I think we'd already written the Jet character in another episode in King of Assassins, so we wanted to bring it back and do Jace.
Another
We
one of
actually, if we'd
Joxer's
gone for a
brothers.
few more seasons, who knows how many other Jays there would have been in the family.
Uninhibitedness runs in my family.
Joxer,
Yeah?
you're trying too hard again.
Right. I'll go get Jace.
Come on, girls.
Gabrielle seemed annoyed that Joxer was hot for that Amazon chick. You didn't want him for yourself. What's up with that, hummingbird?
See, I think that Gabrielle loved Joxer, you know, but XENA was her soulmate. But you know, it's that whole thing of, they had this kind of love-hate relation, not hate, it's a bit strong, but there's definitely a love between Gabrielle and Joxer, and just seeing him move on, you know.
I have to admit, I thought it was kind of strange seeing you with her. It's only because I'm so used to your, you know, being around me and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Like a puppy dog.
So that is the unrequited love, and I think Gabrielle was used to being adored by Joxer, and it was quite interesting for that adoration to go elsewhere, and for her to realize that Joxer was important to her in his own way.
You mean a lot to me.
Okay. So what are you doing tonight?
Not a chance in Tartarus.
Right, because I have lots to do as it gets later.
I thought it was sweet, actually. I like to see Gabrielle kind of suffer a bit, you know, to see he was moving on. It was fun to play.
Joe LaDuca, the brilliant composer for XENA, the entire series, and for Hercules as well, I believe, had notions of things that he wanted to do, but at the same time we were trying to tell a story. One couldn't sort of lead the other, which was the dog, which was the tail.
Right.
You know, so it was sort of a very much a collaborative effort.
And every step I take recalls how much in love we used to be. Oh, how can I forget you?
Oh, and that was such a cool rendition of that song.
Oh, yeah, he was great.
I thought that was a real, that's a real Rob signature, where he'll take Something's Beautiful as that song, and always something there to remind me, and make it just this real ugly thrash rock, you know. Always something there to remind me. Always something there to remind me.
I think Jay hated doing it because he wanted something that was a little more artistic.
Oh, how can I forget you?
And Joe LaDuca came up with a wonderful rap for Lucy to do at the end, which was just great. I mean, we actually took a stab at it, and it was like...
We were no good. Rap writers.
You guys are not rap writers. And we said, you know what? You're absolutely right.
Fun.
And so Joe did it, and he did a great job.
The next break, go give me my props, cause I'm the G where the music stops.
I'm the baddest mama jam of this side of Thrace. Your expression's gonna change when I'm in your face.
She was doing fight scenes, which I was pretty amazed with. She was, I think she was doing everything but being in a harness and, you know, doing flips on a harness, but maybe she was even doing that, I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it with Lucy, because she's pretty hardcore when it comes to that stuff, in terms of finishing all her work.
This was a show about tolerance for all kinds of different things, tolerance of different kinds of people, tolerance for different kinds of situations, and one of them is a family, tolerance of different kinds of families. And so Cyrene came in with the attitude of, no, a baby has to have a father. That's just the way it's got to be.
You raised me on your own. A task that would have been much easier with help. I have help, Mom. You have now.
We had a story for Gabrielle with Draco. We had a story with Joxer and the Amazon. And
Joxer and Jace, and that's how.
And Joxer and Jace.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of real kind of splashy Vegas stuff to do. So every day after work, I'd go to the Auckland Dance Company, and I would be humbled and humiliated for 2 hours as these guys would fly and flip, and I was stumbling to get my steps down. And the singing was a little easier, but it was still tough.
People everywhere just wanna be free. Can't understand, it's so simple to me. People everywhere just got to be free.
It was the last episode for quite a few of our key crew members before they moved on to Lord of the Rings.
Oh, that's right. That's why I was there.
It was a really emotional adjustment for us. I mean, these were family members that that had been with us from the very beginning and were very difficult to say goodbye to.
I like to make little surprise entrances from time to time, and I guess I found myself a bit at a loose end.
A loose end?
Yeah.
This was a cast of people who enjoyed what they were doing and could find levity in the moment, and it was a fun episode. I mean, that's what it was designed to be. Let's have some fun here. Let's stretch our creative muscles. Let's let people sing and dance and have fun, and I think the closing credits sort of summarized all that.